Well, good morning. Here we are again. Another month has flown past. It's now 10:45 a.m. on the 31st of March 2016, and it's time for another allotment tour. So, as you can see, it's quite a nice sunny day. There's a slight breeze at the moment, but I've got my jacket off, so it just shows you it's not too cold. Let's start at the top. Now, these two beds were where my manure was, if you remember. I've now dug those two beds, levelled them off quite a bit, and I'm getting those beds ready for my second early potatoes and also some of my main potatoes. I'll play it by ear when they're ready to be planted. So that's the first change since last month. Let's have a mosey down. Strawberry beds are still ticking over. Haven't touched those at all this month. I'm still harvesting broccoli, so I think I've got at least another 3 or 4 weeks of that before I'll take them up and prepare this double bed for my main crop potatoes. While we're at the greenhouse, we'll pop in and have a look. Right, in here you'll see some lettuce. That's developing nicely. That's the lettuce that's really been overwintering. That was in ordinary little pots that I potted up into the wicking basket. And I've also got down here some, if you can see, some mint coming through. And over the back here, I'll take this fleece off. You'll see my first early potatoes. These are Premier that were sown. I planted a while ago. I earthed them up yesterday. And over here are some Vanessa potatoes that I planted early, and they've been earthed up, so they're starting to grow nicely. Put this back just to protect them from any frost. Right, so what else has been done? Here I've planted the rest of my first early potatoes, and in here are Vanessa and Premier. They're in large pots under this fleece and protected from frost. So they've been planted up. I hope you can hear my voice. Here I've got another 6 pots ready for my Anya potatoes, which are my second early. And the rest of my potatoes are being grown in those 2 large beds I've just mentioned and these beds here. I haven't sown any seeds yet. I'll be doing that in April. I'll be sowing my leeks and brassicas in there. The brassica beds over there have not been touched this month. I'm just leaving those ready for when they're planted. The brassicas are planted. I have though prepared this bed for peas, and I've marked out 2-foot planting sections between under this fleece. I will cut a line in the middle of that 2-foot mark, roll back the fleece to about 4 inches, leaving about a 4 inches gap, and then I will plant my peas in there, either slid out of the guttering that they're in at the moment, or sowed directly in the soil. So that's another job done this month. The strawberry bed's fine, and over here I've planted my some early brassica plants. So let's see underneath, see if we can see anything. Looks like I've lost those. Right, looks like there's plenty of slug damage in there, so I think, oh, I've lost those. Go up the other end and have a look at the calabrese. Right, so I've got some calabrese in here, so they've come through mainly alright, but I think I've lost my cauliflowers. So I think there might be 2 lessons learnt there. Either it's too cold, or because of the membrane, slugs are able to live under the membrane, pop their heads out and eat them and go back again. It's more likely to be that, and because the green manure wasn't turned over, they were most probably living in that green manure and just stayed there, come out, had their dinner and then went back home again. So that needs thinking about. Let's carry on down. This area here, the comfrey is starting to grow again. The rhubarb has been tidied up, composted, same as the asparagus bed has been composted. The raspberry bed has been weeded and composted. So I hope you can hear all this, because the mic on this is not very good. And underneath here, hopefully, I will have some parsnips. Look. Yeah, hopefully you can see the parsnips have done fine in here. It could be that there's no membrane, and there wasn't any green manure in here either, so less chance of slugs. Put that brick back. Right, so the parsnips are fine. I've still got celeriac. I'm still eating that. This section here, I've then left the green manure there. I've dug spade depths holes, 2'6" apart, along the bed and on the other side, and made them into, and composted them so they're like a dome underneath the membrane. I will then put a cross in here and either plant plant courgettes or pumpkins, either from a module grown plant, or I will add 2 seeds in each of these domes to grow directly, or to sow them directly in their growing position. So this bed is for courgettes and pumpkins, and they're being planted 2 foot 6 apart, and they're staggered down each side of the bed. So the one this side, there's a nice dome, they'll be planted on there, and that's my squash and pumpkin come courgette bed. Coming back to this bed, in here I'll be sowing carrots and beetroots in here. I think that's about it then. Carrots, so I've got parsnips in there, there'll be carrots, beetroot, and I've got some baby sweet corn that I'll be growing in one of these beds. At the moment I'm not too sure where. It could be here, it could be up the top where I'm doing the peas, or it could be in the far bed if I've got plenty of space for my potatoes. Right, let's turn around here. These, since the last visit, these 2 beds here have been dug over, and I'm getting this bed ready to plant my onion sets and shallots, and this bed ready for my parsnips and turnips. Let's go up now. The greenhouse, we had a storm called Katie. Why they give them names now I don't know, but I lost some panels out the back here, so I've added this shade netting, hopefully to protect the greenhouse from wind getting inside and causing havoc. Let's have a look in here. This is been quite busy in this greenhouse. First of all, because you can see them, let's walk over here. My pea shoots, I cut some pea shoots during the month, and these are ready for cutting, and I'll must come down tomorrow and cut those because we've got some visitors coming for lunch, so it'd be nice to give them some fresh veg. And here are my peas in guttering, and they're doing well as well. If we come up under this fleece, here we have my tomato plants. They seem to be okay, and my peppers and melons, so they're all growing on nicely, so they look okay. I'll leave that top off for a little while. Right, down this side, make this a bit smaller. Right, down this side, under this fleece. Now all these seedlings, if you remember last month, when I was showing you the beetroot and what have you, are all in these pots now. So there's my beetroot growing nicely. Beetroot in there as well. My spring onions, my lettuces, my cucumbers. I lost one of them, but I've still got 5 in there. Here is my parsley, and this month I sowed some dwarf French beans to give me an early crop in here. I've sown some radish. I've also sown some spinach beet, that is, And down here, I have some more celeriac. So what's in here were seedlings in that tray at home in the conservatory at the beginning of the month or the end of last month, and these are the tomatoes and peppers and cucumbers, and they're all growing nicely and they're getting stronger, so I'm quite pleased with those. So that's this greenhouse. Let's go outside. Right, the only other difference is that I set up my greenhouse to capture the rainwater, and that's working. As you can see, there's now water in that trough from the greenhouse. I'm not sure about this. I've got a feeling there's a leak in this trough, and the overflight's done, and this one is almost full up with water. So hopefully this tour's a little bit quicker this week. It did go on a bit last week, I think, last month, but I've had the largest amount of views I've ever had. As of this morning, I've had 1,996 visits to last February's video tour, so thank you all very, very much. I've had plenty of comments from you, and hopefully I've answered everybody satisfactory of any comments or any questions that you've asked, and I hope you enjoy this video as much as you appear to have done on the last video. I've got a different camera now because as I was planting my parsnips, I took a video of it, and as I was taking the video, the stand fell over and my camera screen broke, so I can't monitor on my camera what I'm recording. So I've bought this little camera, I think it's SJ4000, and the whole little system is cost me about 40 something pound, I think. It's little type, it's similar to a GoPro camera, but the sound is atrocious. I really have to speak close to the mic, and then when I get home I have to add at least 10 and sometimes 15 decibels to the, or megahertz, whatever it's called, to improve the sound. So hopefully the sound's alright on this today after I've messed around with it at home on the computer. The picture's not too bad for a £50 camera with little bits and pieces that goes with it. If it doesn't work, I'll have to do something else. So that's a tour of the allotment for the 31st of March 2016. Hope you found it useful, and I hope you enjoy it. Bye for now, and hopefully I'll see you again at the end of April. Bye.